Hello everybody, it is me, Darcy, and him, Smugface McGee.
Yeah.
Also known as Kris. And welcome, once again, to the Unnamed Podcast. The podcast where we sit here and talk rubbish, generally. Often.
Most times.
Yeah. It's pretty bad, actually.
Actually, a lot of time without the camera on, too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You like to chair into place yet?
I did. I just checked. Oh, I'm on top of it. Smarter than the average bear. Well, anyway, to kick things off, normally we would start with channel news, but I've been telling Kris I have an itchy chin, and he's very curious as to why I have an itchy chin, because it's an odd itch to have.
Okay.
Or is it not?
To have an itchy chin?
Yeah, when you got an itch, is it usually an itchy chin, like right here? Is it this part? Is it the goiter?
No, mine tends to be along here.
But why, Kris? Why? Do you know why?
I believe it's to do with the facial hair, but...
No, it's got nothing to do with the facial hair in my case.
Okay.
It's got to do with the fact that I was at a client's house, and they have a cat.
Oh, I see.
And I was sitting next to that cat for an hour and a half, and then as I was leaving, I was like, God, my chin is itchy. And then I sat in my car and went, oh, that's right, I'm allergic to cats. So I had to get home and wash my entire face to get all the cat fur off my face so that I would stop having an itchy chin. So it is still a little itchy, but it's less itchy.
Well,
because it's starting, all the histamines are starting to leave.
Oh, yeah.
That's science. You have histamines. That's why you need an antihistamine.
Well, yeah.
It's logic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the moral of that story, because there is one, there's always morals to every story. That is what we have learned in English. Every story has a moral, and the moral of that story is please never, ever, ever, ever give me a cat fur coat.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because you'll die.
No, because it's a weird thing to have. Why you have all this cat hair? What are you doing? You shaving cats? Why are you shaving cats? And keeping the hair? What are you doing? You're a weirdo.
To make a coat specifically to give to you.
Stop being a weirdo. That's a weird thing to do. That's a weird thing to have a lot of.
You know what else is a weird thing to do? A bag full of ibises. Sending it to someone's place.
Well, yeah, that is weird. But a sack full of ibis. Bin chickens.
Whatever the plural is. Yes, bin chickens.
But sending someone a sack full of bin chickens, now that's pretty funny. And then sending them a sack at work, that's even funnier.
I mean, true.
I just want to send you a sack. No, because someone walk in and be like, well, someone send you a bag. And it's like, no, this is a sack. Oh, it's full of ibises.
That one's dead.
God damn it. Got me again with the classic prank.
Oh, God.
It is a classic prank, though. You know?
If it ever happens...
It's like right up there with
Those cogs turn.
Sorry, I'm just remembering one of the old pranks that we were the classic gotchas.
Yeah.
You know, like when you hide some radioactive material in someone's mattress.
Oh yeah.
And then ring them up 10 years later. Yeah, you have cancer.
Go get that checked.
You gotta wanna look at that.
Yeah.
But gotcha. Yeah, no, it's like classic pranks. Sack full of ibises.
God damn it. I hope to never deal with that.
Why do I have a t-shirt cannon?
Why not? What's wrong with the t-shirt
Actually,
cannon?
I really want a t-shirt cannon.
That's fair.
And I could shoot people with a t-shirt.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
It's the third safest thing to shoot someone with.
Okay.
Yeah.
First and second, go on. First and second, go on.
First is a Nerf dart.
True.
And second is a dead alligator.
What?
Well, a live alligator is dangerous.
No, I'm aware, but how are you going to shoot someone with it and it not be dangerous?
Look, it's dead. It's not going to bite them.
Well, yes.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
But if you shoot someone with it, is there a projectile coming out of it, or is it being fired at them?
Oh, it's being fired at them.
They're not exactly the lightest thing. I'm fairly certain with the force needed to get it out and go towards them, it's going to be dangerous.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
It's dead. So I'm gonna bite him.
Okay.
Anyhow.
That.
Let's move on to channel news.
What do we got?
No, before we go into channel news, I have come to a decision. Right?
Yep.
Follow my logic.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Yep.
For the rest of this podcast,
Yes.
I am going to try and avoid using my silence filling techniques.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
The plan is I'm just going to let those silences be long and disturbing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the words and the sounds that normally you get made when you're trying to
Just
think. That's not really one.
Well,
No, it was like, oh, let me think.
that is how it usually goes.
Because people sit there and go, are you having a stroke? But I'm going to try and avoid using them. And to really kick my future self in the teeth, I'm going to keep a little count of how many times I do use them.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
stay tuned for that one.
Yes.
Yeah, and if it's not there, it's because I use them too much. And future Darcy said, fuck you.
You're pretty much.
That guy's the best.
No.
So, where are we? Channel news.
Channel news, yeah.
Channel news. Channel news.
I don't know what went up this week. I haven't even been on YouTube.
I do know what went up. I put it up.
Well, I'd hope so.
No, I did.
Okay, good.
So, what went up was on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Smash Brothers.
Ah,
Brother.
yes.
Brother. My beanie's just all over the place today.
Well, that would have been the one where we keep setting the
Oh, yeah, that was a pain
the
in
computers to the highest difficulty for. We're not good enough for
that one is called I Feel Brave.
it.
Because
It makes a lot of sense.
we made a lot of brave decisions. Not smart,
No.
but brave.
Yes.
So what do we talk about? Wednesday.
Yes.
On Wednesday, what came up was today. Today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday, yes.
Today, what went up was the Bunny Mans.
Oh, yes.
Bunny Boys.
Hey,
Boys
is that the one we
bunnies.
finally finished the...
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, that is the one before we finally finished the thing.
I thought we were
Spoiler
up to that one.
alert, we have finally finished the mission that we couldn't finish. It only took us another 60, 70, 80, 84, 85 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Like, it took us a while, but we got there. And then couldn't go any further.
Yes. Fuck. I just went,
You did.
silence, Darcy. I did it again. Fuck. Fuck. Making it real hard for future Darcy.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so there is another Bunny Man
Yep.
that is a continuation of the one that came out today.
Yes.
It's the other half of the filming. Yes, that will be coming soon. We also have another Mario Kart in the works, ready to go.
Oh, yes. Sweet.
We have a room 3, 2,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
We're up to 3, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Part 2.
Yes.
I don't know. It's there. It just needs to be there. And then there's my Subnautica that I've also filmed that needs to be edited.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. What did I do?
Fear of deep.
As I said, I am like actually humanly scared of deep water when I'm in it. Me, Darcy.
Okay. Yes.
Not such a big thing in video games. I've been cutting my face off. Yeah, it's not the scariest thing in video games for me.
No, that's fair.
It does give me the willies sometimes when I'm like looking out there and I know that there's dangerous creatures out there, and especially in Subnautica when I'm like, I know pretty much what direction the dangerous crap is, because I have played the game before and stuff's very in the zones.
Okay. Yep.
So, you know, but it's not like when I'm not someone who's like, oh, I'm scared of deep water. Oh, in a video game with deep water, it's like, no. It does make me uncomfortable sometimes.
Okay.
Like when I'm like in the game and I'm swimming and I look down, it's like a long way down. It's like, oh crap. You get that little bit of vertigo, you know, because you're like, oh shit. And then you remember, no, it's a video game, everything's fine.
Video game, I'm in a chair. Not far from the ground.
It's actually games like The Raft that I actually find worse, though.
Okay.
Because in The Raft, when you're in deep water, you look out and there's just nothing. It's just black.
It's true.
And that's the actual terrifying part about deep water. You can't see, you don't know.
Yes.
You know, and in Subnautica, I'm not even in the places where it's like that deep yet.
Okay.
But in The Raft, you have those moments. However, as I said, The Raft isn't too bad because I know there is one shark. And
True.
on the range of danger, it should be scared of me. I'm very dangerous.
It's true.
Yeah, so. But it's been filmed, it's ready to go. It's needing to be edited.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've got a little bit of work there to do. Me and Kris obviously have a lot of filming to do. So as always, we always say it, we always mean it. If you do have any suggestions, please throw them in the comments. We are willing to try practically anything except Fortnite.
Yeah, screw that.
I'll eat you. Worse than that, I'll send Kris to your house and he'll shave you.
Yes.
And you don't want that. No one wants that.
That'll be weird. For both of us. But it'll make it worse for you. Looking at you, Lucan. I know you're going to suggest it.
Yeah, Lucan, don't suggest it unless you want to get shaved, son.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. If he suggests it, I know he wants to be shaved. This is getting weird. This is getting weird.
So then, yeah, me and Kris have a little bit of filming to do. We've got a list.
Yes.
A list. That we can.
A list.
Yeah, I have a list.
Yeah.
That we can, work on and then do. I also have a list for me individually. But we are also looking... We're also looking for ideas for Halloween.
Oh, yes.
So, our idea for Halloween is that we want to put out probably a week straight of videos.
Yes.
A video every day for the week, culminating in the official Halloween 2 podcast.
Yes.
The second Halloween podcast ever. Kris will be there, I'll be there, Kris will be dressed as me, I'll be dressed as Kris. We're really good at disguising ourselves.
Fantastic.
No, but we really are looking into doing that early because it is hard.
Yes.
Well, it's not hard. It's a lot of work. There's just a lot of work goes into having a video every day. And last time we did it, we weren't organised.
No.
Which meant I was doing editing on videos that were supposed to be coming out that day that had been filmed the night before. And that's not fun.
Yeah.
In fact, one might even go as far as say that is stressful. So...
And were you working at the time?
Yes.
Oh, yes, you were too.
Yes. I
Made it even harder.
I literally just started as a tutor.
Oh, yeah. When it's been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So, yeah. That's kind of where all that falls. In other channel news, I tightened all the bolts in the chairs. They're less squeaky. That's technically not a bolt. That is the middle holding part.
Yeah, I know.
But you feel this. Oh yeah, that's pretty tight.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, so that's also channel news because
It happens.
sit
Every week.
Because what we do is we sit. And so fixing the chairs,
Helps.
there's some channel news.
Oh, man.
The other thing that I am actually going to do in the next week or so is take the first steps in getting the Patreon up and running. Now, I've said this before, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. Shut up. We are not going to have really anything there at the moment.
Yep.
It's going to exist. You probably won't be able to be a patron because I'm just going to do all the setup stuff. And I'm going to have a look at what else I've got to do. But we do want to get that set up.
Yes.
That's something that we are trying to get set up because it's a side that we want to be able to use. The freedom on that is higher.
Yes.
In terms of we can do a lot of things that we can't do on YouTube.
Yes, that's true.
So it gives us a little bit more freedom. But it also gives a more direct way to support the channel.
Yeah. Also don't have to worry about swearing in the first few minutes.
Yes, which is nice. And I do want to, I want to talk about that because I don't understand YouTube with all of that, but
Yeah,
I feel like that's a topic that we should do a little bit of research on and then go in depth. But I'm not really, like, it's kind of one of those things where people go like, oh, don't bite the hand that feeds you, but YouTube doesn't feed us at the moment. It's just a place where we go.
Yeah.
I wear a beanie sometimes, I wear a hat. Others,
I don't.
it's because you're not cool enough. But, you know, we want, maybe we'll have a chat about it at a later date. But yeah, so we feel like, as I said, we're not gonna have tiers or any of this stuff yet. Maybe once we are more comfortable with what we're doing and we're better at it and we've actually got kind of some stuff to put on Patreon, because at the moment we don't have anything.
Yes.
Other than what we're already putting on YouTube. And seriously, why would you watch on Patreon if you could just watch on YouTube?
I mean, true.
One of them is free. One is also free, but would eventually become a tiered list.
Yes.
I do have tier levels though.
Okay.
Yeah. One of them's going to be a swaggy purple tier, and the other one's going to be blue.
Okay.
It's going to be called Blue Boy. That's going to be for the people that are Kris.
Just with the name, or just specifically me?
Oh, you. Yeah,
okay.
That's just going to be like, hey, if you like Kris and you want him to come and shave you, be a Blue Boy. He'll come and shave you once a year.
Oh god. Oh god.
No.
I'm gonna fly. I get to travel the world. Maybe.
Get you a passport.
Oh god.
No, but I do intend to look into that and actually start running it through. So, you know, maybe in about 2 weeks' time, there will actually be a Patreon page you can look at. It won't have anything. You can't become a member. But you can look at it. It'll exist. It'll probably be a blank page. Who knows? I don't. Kris doesn't.
I definitely don't.
He doesn't.
He
Look at
doesn't.
him.
I don't.
Look at him. He's just smug-faced. He doesn't know shit.
Hey, I know some stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You do know shit. He doesn't know anything but shit.
Yes.
But I think that covers channel news. Anything to add?
Nothing that I can think of. Then again, until
He's good value to have on the channel,
look,
isn't he?
unless
He really,
until
he
I become
really
more
covers.
active with the.
He really, like, he gets in, he knows the points. He gets in hard and he just, gotcha.
Look,
Gotcha.
until I become get into it more, I'm not gonna really know anything more than you on channel news.
I don't know, you can make something up.
Oh yeah, good. I know 7 people lined up to subscribe. That's
I
not
have itchy thighs.
okay.
That's also channel news. Consider that channel news.
Okay.
Although they're not actual itchy thighs. It's just like this one spot, like right there, is really itchy. It's probably got nothing to do with a cat, though. It's probably a
Unless
mozzie
it
bite.
does. Did you get bitten by the cat?
It tried to bite my wrist.
Oh.
I know. I was worried. I was like, "Are you trying to kill me, cat?" And it was like, "Yes." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well then."
It still took you ages to remember that you were allergic to cats?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's,
It always
I don't
does
even
because
understand
it's the slow onset, right?
True.
People who are, because I used to be a lot worse with cats, but now I'm not as bad. But I'm not really great, and I have a slow onset. So it starts off, and probably for the first half hour, not an issue. Let's call it the first 45 minutes. I have been in a room with a cat, sitting on a table, fucking staring at my eyes, being like, I'm a cat. And I'm like, don't touch me. For 45 minutes and no adverse reactions.
Okay.
At about the hour and a half point,
Yeah.
I get itchy.
It's about when I get itchy as well.
At about the 2 hour point,
Yeah.
the eyes go.
Okay, yep.
And that's when the eyes start to get really dry. At about the 3 hour point, the breathing kicks in.
Oh.
But the problem is, right? And the problem is this. Because it's a really slow onset, I often just don't pay attention to it
Fair.
until it's at the point where it's annoying.
True.
Or
Makes sense.
if I'm doing something, I just push through. Right? I just keep going. But the problem is, once it starts, it takes ages to stop.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's like, if I push through to the point where it's like, oh, my face is itchy and my eyes are going fucking, I got dry eyes and I can't see really well. It's like, fuck. I've gone and done myself royally because I'm going to be like this for the next hour.
Oh yeah.
Or because I chose not to leave the cat-infested zone
Yeah, it's not
when
smart.
the chin got itchy.
It's really not smart.
Well, last time I had the full eye reaction was when we were at Jordan's.
Yes, that is true.
And that was pretty bad.
that
was pretty bad. I was at the point
You
where I
had
was
the
like,
full eye reaction. I was starting to reactions like, it's the fuck out of here.
Right, I am okay. I have to actually go now. Why? My eyes hurt.
Yes.
Yes,
That is exactly how that happened.
yeah. No, it's pretty rough. Yeah, it's just one of those things that sucks balls.
I'm well aware. I'm not
Because
as...
I've also been in places with people with cats, and I'm like, oh yeah, I prefer not to have the cats walk all over. And they're like, oh no, they're really friendly. It's like, no, I'm allergic to cats. And they're like, but I've seen you with cats before. It's like, yeah, it doesn't kick in until about an hour and a half. But it also, if the fur's on me, an hour and a half later, I'll have the reaction because the fur's still around.
Yeah. It's a thing.
So I just don't want them on me.
Which is fair.
Oh well.
Next point.
Yeah, moving on. Moving right along. We're just going eyes closed, head down, can't lose. That's my motto.
Okay.
It's never failed me in the past. Except for that time I had to go to the hospital because I split my head open.
Because you ran into a wall?
Yeah. But, head down, eyes closed, can't lose. Chris,
Yes.
have you been keeping up with gaming news recently?
No.
Oh, classic.
Yes. The last little bit was that the last podcast we did on.
That was a while ago, and we're gonna jump back onto some things that we've touched on there.
Yes.
But first, I want your opinions, right?
Okay.
Recently, I say recently, over the last couple of days, one of the big things that was holding Microsoft's acquisition,
Yes.
the buying of Activision Blizzard,
Yes.
was recently, I can't remember the exact term, but it was like, the court was like, no, this is all clear.
Yeah.
There's still, this isn't over by any chance. They're still not able to just buy them for $70 billion. Hey, Microsoft, you can buy me for $70 billion.
Go on, do it.
I can sit there and just be like, oh, that's a shit idea.
Wait, if I sell you,
No.
it'd be human trafficking, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but if I sell me, I think that's just business.
Prostitution.
Well, no, that's if I sell myself for sex.
I mean, true.
If I just sell me to them so that they can use me.
So like a standard job.
Yes. employment. Gainful employment.
Yeah, that's the one.
So they still haven't. They're still not. They're not going to buy them yet. There's still
Okay.
There's still counters and appeals, and Sony will have something to say, probably along the lines of, "We don't have a studio to compete with Call of Duty. No one we own knows how to do first-person shooters. Please don't pay attention to Bungie."
No, ignore them.
What? The people that made one of the best first-person shooters of all time
No, they have no idea what they're doing.
made a popular saying that was known through the gaming world for maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Halo.
Clearly don't know what they're doing.
I have no idea.
Not a clue.
And I hear even Destiny's not the worst. It's not Halo. No one's out there saying, you know what, we need a Destiny killer. Because they're like, Activision's taking care of that.
They did. They really did.
But yeah, no. So yeah, it's just one of the funniest things because, like, you know, Bungie made a game that pretty much every first-person shooter came out was like, we're a Halo killer. Then they didn't.
Nope.
No, not one of them did. But anyway, so that's, you know, there's still this whole saga. But what are your thoughts on? Should we be excited for this? Should we be happy that Activision might be bought by Microsoft, or should we be worried that it's a worrying trend towards the monopolization of gaming?
I hope it would be a good thing in the sense that they might cut some of their shit out.
Not be like the worst company
Yeah,
ever.
pretty much. Yeah,
Worse than EA. Like EA are pretty
and
bad.
that
but
takes something to do. But yes, hopefully.
Look, I would argue with you on this, right?
Yeah.
We all know EA sucks.
Yes.
No one's arguing that. No one's saying, "Oh no, I really like, I like paying top dollar for every single
If
thing."
you do, shut up. You're wrong.
Why do you like this? No, but like, I would say over the past, I'd say 4 years, right? Maybe,
Yeah.
No, let's go a little bit shorter span.
Okay.
So let's go probably from when the giant ship blew up with Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yes.
I would say since that point, EA haven't produced enough stuff to really be the worst company in gaming.
True.
Because everyone's just kind of like, oh, EA, you rapscallions. And EA kind of like, please, we don't want to get sued anymore.
Please stop.
we don't want to get sued, so we're just going to take our foot off. And like, they've still got The Sims going along, and you can still spend like $400 on that if you want to own all the fucking DLCs and all that crap. Which I do actually own. I have those, yeah. I like The Sims. It's a fun game.
It does.
Don't come at me. I'll fucking play it while you're yelling at me. Stop playing The Sims and supporting EA. Well, that's sorry, I'm building a house. No, but I think that Activision, since the Battlefront 2 blow up, that had EA kind of backpedaling like crazy, I think Activision have become a more scumbaggy company. They literally invented premium battle pass.
True.
In that time. A battle pass that you pay real world money for. Not that you didn't pay real world money for the other one, but you could at least afford to pay for it with coins.
Yes.
That you could earn through the battle pass. But no, this version of the battle pass, you pay real world money for. You can only pay real world money for it. And it doesn't even unlock the whole battle pass. It just gives you a bit of a boost and unlocks slightly different coloured versions of everything.
Yes, yeah.
And you know that's pretty bad. But then we go on to like Diablo 4, and it's wildly wild shop. Then we get a Diablo Immortal, and it's just predatory pay to win.
True. Yes.
Overwatch 2, and the fact that it's really just Overwatch, but we've changed it so we can charge you more.
But we've put a couple of extra characters in.
It's not even that, because they could have done that to Overwatch 1.
Oh, I know, that's what they did.
They could have done all of that to Overwatch 1. But so I was watching something recently, and it turns out that one of the biggest changes in Overwatch 2 was that things are priced more expensively.
That sounds about right.
And you have less ability to earn.
Yes.
So
they've made it harder.
Yeah, so I would
Not
say...
harder to play, well, sort of. If you hate that
they
stuff,
made it more
then
expensive.
Yes.
But yeah, no, what I would say is that, yeah, I think over the past couple of years, Activision and Blizzard have become more scumbaggy than EA. Now, my hope is that being under Microsoft, some of those more scumbaggy decisions would be vetoed.
Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping.
Because, you know, whether you agree with me or disagree, I think Microsoft does a lot for the players. Like,
yeah.
They're always trying to make money. They're a corporation. It's what they do.
Yes. No
one's out there being like, you know what, I'm going to make a multi-billion corporation. And then I'm going to never make any money and fall massively into debt. That is an idea. I might do that.
Yes.
No one wants to do that. Everyone's trying to make money. But with the likes of Game Pass,
yes,
you know, it's not... You're not getting the world's best games, but you are getting access to a lot of games that you would probably never try if you had to actually pay for them.
True.
And with that, I think that you actually are getting some more... I think some of the better games are kind of sleeper hits that come out on that, because you play it and you go, oh, this is really charming. It's not the world's longest game. It's not a fucking Assassin's Creed that you're going to be playing for the next 32 years. But it's a short, finishable game, which is something that's massive.
True.
Being actually able to finish a game with little work.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to spend the next 10 years locked in your basement playing video games to finish one game. And you know, a lot of them have good stuff going on.
True.
Games that I recently played on Game Pass are like what's it called? Unpacking.
Oh yes.
Really good. Honestly, I probably wouldn't pay for it if someone was like, yeah, pay us $30. That's about what indie games cost these days.
Roughly about.
Pay us $30. I'd be like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
But with Game Pass, I installed it, I played it, I find it really fun. Yeah. Okay, great game.
Oh, it is.
So, I feel that though Microsoft isn't entirely for the players, as they all claim they are now, we're for the players. None of them are.
No.
But I feel that Xbox has made a lot of those steps. A lot of those steps that Sony have been following in. True. Let's not forget it was Xbox that brought us backwards compatibility on the last gen, when pretty much everyone was like, there's never going to be backwards compatibility again. And all the PC people were pissing themselves laughing at us, being like, that's how PC people laugh. I know, I'm one of them. So they were all laughing at us because pretty much they went, with the Xbox One and the PS4, backwards compatibility is a thing of the past. Everyone went, well, what about our games that we liked? And they went, fuck you.
Pretty much. Now we just have games that you can't use anymore.
But then Xbox went, hey, backwards compatibility. We heard you guys wanted it. Here it is. And Sony went, you fools. They don't want their old games. Not when we can sell them their old games.
They did that.
They did do that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. I won't forgive them for that.
No.
Like, why do I need to spend $20 to get Star Wars pod racing when you haven't even put the minimum effort to stop it looking like it's all made of triangles?
Yeah.
I played it on the Nintendo 64.
Yes. I didn't actually pay for that one. Well, I sort of did.
You got it through your subscription?
No, I pre-ordered Battlefront when it came out. And it came with the pre-order.
You fool.
The first one, not the second one.
The first one was worse.
I'm aware.
Like, the second one was pretty bad, but they fixed it.
Oh,
the first one they never fixed.
I'm aware they never fixed it. That's why I stopped playing it. Except for that, speed up.
So they went, fuck you. You don't want backwards compatibility. Then Xbox went, hey, we heard you guys wanted backwards compatibility. And everyone cheered.
Yes.
Then Xbox made the Game Pass.
Yes.
And said, hey, you know how you pay us $15 a month? Well, how would you like to pay us $15 a month, get everything you're getting now, but also get access to a bunch of free games?
Yeah.
And everyone cheered.
Yeah.
And then the Xbox Series X and S came out, and the PlayStation 5 came out, and for some reason, and I don't know why, because they didn't make this mistake to begin with, but Sony brought back backwards compatibility. But it wasn't a mistake to get rid of it in the first place.
No, not at all. No.
Interesting. And they also brought out a giant game library that was attached to your subscription.
If you pay premium.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah.
So, in terms of who's for the player more, I think Xbox are currently leading the way, but Sony are there. Sony are right there. They're vying for it. They want the player to know that, we got your back. Just give us money, and then we'll have your back. But, but the whole thing with that is that no company is directly for the players. However, no company is worse for the players than Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
And it's my personal belief that if they're under Microsoft, at least they'll have someone above them being like, you can't do that. We don't want to piss off everyone.
Which is what they're currently doing. God, they suck.
Hey, we're just people on the internet.
Our
opinions are irrelevant.
They make decent games, but what they do with the games is the worst.
Hey, we made this game, right? How can we monetize it?
Like this.
Right. So I guess what we're talking about, Activision Blizzard, Kris, what are your thoughts on Overwatch 2's story mode?
I haven't even looked into it because I don't.
I have done a little bit of research on it.
So
I don't want anyone to think that I'm an expert, but it's not at all what they originally promised. They have fully taken the foot off that. So originally they promised story missions with unique abilities, progression, all of this kind of stuff. It would be a whole story thing.
Yeah.
That was before Overwatch 2 came out. In fact, that was the whole reason Overwatch 2 was coming out.
Yes.
Well, since then they've thrown that away. Overwatch 2 was about making money.
Yes.
That wasn't going to make any money.
Correct.
So that's no longer a priority. Making Overwatch more profitable is the priority.
Of course.
But the story mode is in fact what was promised in the games over Summer Games Fest and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And that's going to have some cooperative PvE stuff.
Okay.
From what we hear and what people have kind of picked up, it's going to be pretty much like events, except
which is what I thought it was.
There.
Which is what I thought it was going to be in the first place. It's more like those events.
Yeah. So original PvE was going to be a whole pretty much campaign, replayable mission stuff you'd want to do over and over again.
Well, yes.
You can do it solo. You can do it with your friends. That was what we were originally promised.
Which would have been good.
Pulled the foot off the accelerator, hard slam on the brakes. We're not doing that anymore. Now we're going to have the more event things where it's you and a team of 5, because Overwatch is 5 now, doing story missions, event type things.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I mean, it's going to be good for a period of time. Then it's just going to get boring, and that's it. It's the events.
And players are just going to fall off?
Yep. I don't think it's going to last long.
That's my big thing. And it's one of those things, right? Players are going to fall off because it's going to be boring.
Yes.
Then Blizzard Activision will hold it up and say, see, people don't want it. Look how it failed. When I feel the truth is that you're sending it out there to fail.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Battlefield 2042 came out.
Yes.
And EA, in all their wisdom, said, people don't want a single player campaign. Yes, it's like when Black Ops 4 came out and Activision, in all its wisdom, said, people don't want a single player campaign. The truth is, they do. However, when you send something out to die because you put no fucking effort in,
Yep.
it dies.
Like, I've only done it
And
recently.
people go, oh shit, that's pretty bad. Truth be told, an example of a campaign that was not sent out to die, that people still talk about, didn't get what it deserved because it came out between two massive games.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2. Great campaign.
Yeah.
If you've ever played it, it's a wonderful campaign, and it really shows off how good that can be. Titanfall 1 didn't have a campaign. Well, it did, but it didn't. You had to play the campaign on multiplayer. It was a mess. Really not even worth the effort.
Yeah.
But that's what EA were like, hey, wouldn't want to give a story away. No, people just want to get in the giant robots and shoot each other.
Yeah, and like,
Robots.
it wasn't too long ago. I was online with Nick. Oh, okay, let's play a game. What games do we have that we can play together? And it took us ages because most of our games are single player.
Yeah,
because it's what we buy.
True that. Did you try and play?
We played Uno.
Vermintide 2. Great game. You should play it.
I haven't played it.
Great game.
Yeah, I'll look into it eventually.
It's not on the list. Yeah, I'll put it on the list because it is actually a fun game. It is a very fun game. I play it sometimes. What more of a recommendation could you want than I play it occasionally?
That's what you want.
So, I guess the real big question about Overwatch 2 story mode coming, will you be back in Overwatch to play it?
No.
No, me neither.
No, because as I said, like it's gonna die off quick because the events are good when they come out because they're only out for a short period of time, and you're trying to find the little Easter eggs that they put in there so you can do that. But after a week or two, if you found them, it's the same. It's gonna be like Anthem.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Enough said. No, I'm exactly the same. When I first heard about story mode, because I'm not the biggest Overwatch fan, when Overwatch 2 was coming out, I couldn't give two shits.
I hadn't even noticed that it came out.
Yep,
I just got told about it, and then I was like, oh shit, it's out, okay, I'll do that then.
I didn't care about the game. I didn't hear about the PvE until much later, and I thought, oh, this could be interesting. Overwatch is an interesting game. It's got a good list of characters.
If they did a proper campaign, I'd be into it.
Yep. But I just kind of looked at it, and with everything they've kind of said about it, I'm just like, no, not enough to even, if you're a fan of the channel, you might see there's a few Overwatch videos on here. Me and Kris aren't fans of the game. A good story mode could bring me in and actually get me to care about the characters, care about learning to play them, actually start enjoying the game, possibly even become a player.
Yeah.
But with what they've got, I don't think it's enough to draw me in. And even though I probably will, because I'm trying to make a job of this YouTube thing, so when it comes out, I got to give it a go.
Look, that's gonna be the same for me.
I don't think it'll stay.
I probably will, but like Overwatch is every time with the group I play with, I play for like 2 weeks and it's like, no, I'm done. I don't care.
Yeah, so I saw the Overwatch 2 roadmap that they put out a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Roadhog's getting a rework. That's something that's future planned.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh great.
How are they going to rework him?
Don't know. Maybe they're going to make him less bullshit.
Maybe.
But there's a lot of characters in there that are currently bullshit. So who knows? But yeah, as I said, if it was a solo campaign mode, or even like just a co-op campaign, and it had some good work put into it.
Yep.
I could see that a game changer to get people like me who have no interest in Overwatch into Overwatch, because it would be an accessible way to get in. You wouldn't be playing against legacy players who've been playing for so long and have all the fucking skills.
I've had that much practice with many of the characters.
So, I thought if it was a single campaign, it could be a good stepping stone to get new players into it, get jaded players to actually care.
Yep.
But with what they're currently doing, I just don't think it's enough to bring anyone new in. I don't think so. I think there's going to be an initial influx. People going, oh, and then people going,
okay. Yeah.
But, that is...
Like I said, that's the way I always thought it was going to go anyway. Ever since events started and came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, it's sad to say, but I think they've cooked their golden goose there.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Next point.
Might as well move on. Okay, Kris.
Yes.
Have you been keeping up with games that are coming out?
Did you not just ask that question?
No, I asked if you've been keeping up with gaming news.
Oh, no. Okay, fair enough. No.
There's nothing coming out that tickles your fancy, nothing that you're like, ooh.
Well, there's a few things that when we watched the announcement video,
no?
Yeah, I saw a few things, but I haven't really kept up with anything.
So you haven't been keeping up with Mortal Kombat 1? Mortal Kombat? You're still excited for it? You think it's going to be good?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, fighter games is I'm good for about a month.
Okay.
And then I drop them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
this is a man who has spent a lot of money on Mortal Kombat 10.
I did.
You did?
I did.
No, as I said, when we first saw Mortal Kombat 1 and we knew it was coming, and
well, actually, that seems like it's got a bigger story in it as well.
It does. I am actually quite a fan of the story mode. I really like Mortal Kombat 11's story.
Because Mortal Kombat 10's story was very short.
I'm very interested in the new look characters.
Yeah.
Because if you played Mortal Kombat 11, you know that Fire God Liu Kang, he was jacked.
True.
Whereas in the new game, he doesn't look like a demigod. He just kind of looks like a guy.
True.
With glowing eyes. But no, I am actually a little bit excited for that.
Yeah.
No doubt probably won't buy it straight off because I'm not that excited, and with game prices the way they are at the moment, if it's a game I'm iffy about, I want to wait for it on sale.
I'm probably going to end up playing it in the next place instead.
Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of like my take on Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
I want it. I want to play it. I don't want to pay full price for it.
That's fair.
Let me hit you up with some ones that we probably didn't talk about during the Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game. What is it? No one knows. I don't know. I really don't care about it. I get a feeling it's kind of like the Freddy vs. Jason type. Not Freddy vs. Jason. Friday the 13th game.
Oh, yeah. That did well.
But I literally was just checking games coming soon and saw this one, and I was just like,
do you think those servers are?
Nah, they're gone.
They are gone now.
Friday the 13th is entirely wiped.
Because I know they said they were going to drop them, then they by a certain date, and then they kept them going for a while. But
that game was just too much trouble for them with all the rights and stuff because it's a mess.
Yes, it is.
I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre and I was just like, really? do we need a game like that?
I don't know.
Who knows on that one? I don't really care for it either way. Might be fun.
Let's wait and see.
It might be shit.
Wait till we actually see a gameplay footage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be watching it. We'll see. I'm sure a bunch of streamers will play it when it comes out because the people love watching people run away from monsters.
It's true.
Even if that monster is just a hillbilly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to really replace
something.
Dead by Daylight?
Oh yeah, no, probably more likely not.
Especially considering Dead by Daylight already has doesn't it already have Texas Chainsaw Massacre Man in it?
I don't think so.
I thought it was a skin.
Oh, it might have been a skin, but it wouldn't be him
fucking no.
entirely.
I thought the hillbilly had a skin for it because it's the hillbilly pretty much is Texas Chainsaw.
Well, yeah.
Face.
Yeah, effectively, yes.
But yeah, no, I just I just saw that.
There is definitely a skin of that. Now I'm remembering. Yes.
I just saw that and I was kind of like, oh, we're getting a whole game of this. That seems fun.
Yeah, well,
I don't think. Look, I'm not a big horror fan. I'm not a big horror movie buff, but I'm just kind of like, we really think this is a game franchise that there's enough love. We really think this is a franchise that there's enough love for to get a game and get a compelling game out of it.
Not sure. Like, there'll still be a lot of people that play it initially, because there's a lot of following on the horror games in general.
Yep.
So there'll be, at the very least, there'll be an initial massive hit. But then again, if it is similar to Dead by Daylight, I think it's just going to die off and just go back to Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. So I hit you with 2 because these are both sequels.
Yes.
Payday 3.
Yes.
Moving Out 2.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. Moving Out 2 should be a lot of fun. I do enjoy Moving Out. Great game.
Yes.
Payday 3. I love Payday 2.
Yeah.
It promises to be nicer.
That should be
Enough
good.
said.
Yeah. As much as I haven't played it a lot.
It's not going to be the nicest looking game. You know, it's not going to be Call of Duty levels of fidelity.
No.
But I think it should be a very good for what it is, considering that I feel that its gameplay is a lot funner than Call of Duty's. And
True.
so
there's a lot more behind it.
Should just look a little bit nicer than Payday 2, but otherwise just
even then it doesn't look that bad anyway. So
the only thing that I'm worried about with Payday 3 is if you've actually played Payday 2 recently, you will know there is a fuck ton of DLC out there for it.
No,
a metric fuck ton. So much DLC that getting into it is costly. Now that's not going to be an issue with Payday 3. If you get in on the bottom, day 1,
it's not going to be an issue.
And then every month or 3 when they release a new DLC, small cost to catch up. But if you're anything like me, you looked back at Payday 2 and you went, I want to get into that. I wonder if there's anything new. And you look and you go, oh shit, yeah, there's about 6 or 7 new packs. Shit. It can get a little bit daunting. But I'm pretty good on that one. I think that's going to be good.
Yeah, I think they'll both be good.
What about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora? You didn't even know that game existed.
No,
neither did I.
Holy
Again,
shit.
I was just cruising on the Xbox, looking at games coming out soon. Bam, an Avatar game, and I was like, the fuck? And that's my opinion on it. The fuck?
Yeah.
I've heard nothing about this game. I've seen nothing on this game. I have played the original Avatar game.
I haven't.
Wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it was okay.
Okay, fair enough.
It actually did some pretty cool fucking shit.
Okay.
It allowed you to, it didn't just follow the story of the game.
And the movie?
The movie?
Yes.
It did follow the story of the game.
Yes.
That's a sign of a good game.
Yeah.
No, it didn't follow the story of the movie, and it gave you, options. So, much like the movie, you start off as you're not a scientist, you're a soldier.
Which is how the movie starts, yeah.
Yes, but technically he's only going there because his brother, who was a scientist,
yes.
he was genetically similar enough to his brother to use his avatar.
Correct, yes.
And they rolled the credits. No, so yeah, he's there using his brother's avatar. His brother was the scientist.
Yes.
In the game, you're not. You just have an avatar.
Yep.
Because your avatar is to be the guard for the scientist's avatars.
Okay, yeah.
So you're there to be a soldier.
Yeah.
For the brainy people. However, when that part of the story comes where you get to choose if you want to decide with the blue people or the human mans, you can just be like, no, fuck you, blue people. I'm a human man.
And wipe them out, okay.
And you can become, from the ideals of the movie, a bad guy. But you get to use heaps cool human vehicles. And just flamethrower everything.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
I don't know about you guys, but if there's a flamethrower in a game, I want a flamethrower everything.
Yeah, same.
Everything.
That I do the same thing. Without fail.
So, if it is anything like the first one, it won't be a top tier selling game.
No.
But it could be some good fun.
Yeah, unlikely.
And I if it is good fun, I'm there for that.
Of course.
I don't care if a game is the best game in the world or the worst game in the world. If it's fun, it's fun. If it ain't fun, as I said, it could be the best game in the world, but
If it ain't fun, why the hell did I buy it?
yeah. Why did we buy Death Stranding?
No, I got that for free.
I did not.
I did. Fuck it.
Have you heard of Lords of the Fallen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds familiar, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember it.
I have my phone in my pocket. I
Yeah,
believe
my phone's over there.
there is an old game called Lords of the Fallen. That was
Might be, I don't know.
a Soulsborne copy. Let me check.
Yeah, that could be what I'm thinking of. Was it part of the Summer Games Fest?
It was on the PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so in 2014,
Okay, yes.
there was a Lords of the Fallen. I think. I'm getting 2014. It looked like this. It was literally our Souls ripoff.
Yeah.
Like they did.
That looks
Yeah, they didn't really even do anything different. Like the bonfires were bigger.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
Alright, yeah. No, I
But
did
yeah,
remember
now there's
seeing
a whole new one because obviously I just showed Kris the old picture, the bald guy with the face drawings. That's the new one, new picture. And I watched the trailer for it, and I went,
it. Okay.
it does again look like a generic Soulsborne ripoff.
I expected it.
However, it also kind of looks cool. Like there's some elements to it which I'm like, well, that's pretty cool because like it's like, look, it could just be a generic Soulsborne ripoff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
It
possibility.
could be good generic Soulsborne ripoff though. And I kind of like the story they're going for because it seems like there's a whole kind of religious aspect. One point you're like kind of in this church thing with all these weird looking guys all standing there with their big cross swords, and there's this giant kind of priesty dude who's stuck to a throne or kind of thing.
Okay.
And they're throwing around terms like Dark Crusaders, and I'm just kind of like, I like being a Dark Crusader. And then there's like this.
Sort of makes sense from the name of the game.
Then there was just this scene that I saw in the trailer looked pretty sweet, where they kind of walk out of this thing, and there's just all of these old busted swords like stabbed into the ground, kind of like an old battlefield from an anime, where like all the dudes just as they died were like, oh fuck, I better put my sword into the ground. And I'm just like, okay, this could be generic Dark Souls, the sequel. That's what the first one was. But I'm like, but if they actually decide to tell a good story, who cares if they use Dark Souls as mechanics? If they're telling a good story, I'm there.
A lot of people like the mechanics.
Dark Souls
of
could
those
probably learn from telling a good story.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
And now everyone hates me.
The
story's there, you've just got to find it.
Fuck
you.
off.
I ain't got time.
So don't get me
Kris only has 2.5 years to live.
wrong. Oh my god. Yes.
He definitely doesn't have time.
Oh. I need to hurry up and play all the games that I've got that I've never started.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection.
Didn't even know that was going out.
Yeah, that's just some old games, my friend.
I assumed it would.
Upgraded, I believe.
The moment you said Master Collection, I assumed it was, but yeah.
So this one interests me because it's like, hey, it's the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, but we also know that they're remaking Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yes.
So I'm like,
Is it just going to be part of the Master Collection?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I really don't think so. So I'm
Or
like,
is it just going to be the older stuff?
well,
So you can play it while waiting for the 3 to be finished remastering?
well, I'm pretty sure 3 is in the Master Collection. Because the
I imagine it would be.
the HD collection that came out a couple of years ago was just Shit, I can't even remember the ones that were in it. But I'm pretty sure those are in this one. And then then there's another one added.
Okay.
I'm like, so wait, are we doing like a semi-remaster of 3 while they remaster 3?
Yeah, but that's...
Hey, this one looks better, but no, we're working on one that's going to be way, way better. But no, this one looks better. Just buy this, buy that when it comes out. Just fucking do it.
You do it, go on.
We're Konami. We're Konami. Just do it. Look, honestly, I'm not the world's biggest Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yeah, I never really got into it.
I'm keen for that. I want to get into Metal Gear Solid because I played the Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes, and I was like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, people weren't lying. This stuff's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've only got one of them.
Ground Zeroes was the prequel to Phantom Pain.
Yes, I haven't played either of those.
Oh, really?
No.
Pretty good.
Yeah, the one.
There's a whole scene where you just like look at your butt.
Which one's the one I've got again?
As you crawl through a hospital. Snake Eater.
No.
Guns of the Patriots. I don't know anymore. Survive.
Nope.
Okay, because that's a shit. That's shit. No one wants that.
I can't even remember which one I've got. It's
No,
one of the latest ones, though.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of excited for Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, people aren't wrong about Konami and Metal Gear Solid. It's just that it's kind of all over the place. Mm-hmm. You gotta want to be in there. What about from your favorite game makers, Kris? The boys at FromSoft. Okay. Actually, that's not. There's all boys and girls at FromSoft, I'm sure. The people at FromSoft. Yes. No, I don't like that one either. The sons at FromSoft. Yeah. What are they coming out with? They're coming out with Armor Core 6. That's a robot game.
No, I've never played any of them. I have no idea.
There's 5 others.
This
is what they made before Dark Souls.
Yeah, the first stuff I played.
It's the Dark Souls. It's the Dark Souls of giant robots. Okay, it's overly complicated. But it's giant robots.
Again, I have to look into it. I haven't played any others.
He's not even excited. He's a Souls boy.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this one, Kris? We did see it in all the summer shit.
Yes.
We didn't really talk about it because we didn't. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Apparently going back to the older version Assassin's Creeds.
Okay.
That's good. Not throwing away the big open worlds of Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. But, understanding that people are kind of fatigued with those giant open worlds, let's give you a more classic one. A more classic
and to be honest,
Assassin's Creed-ish one looking, feeling kind of game.
I did enjoy the Ezio more
Ezio's good
than any of the others.
Edward's also very good. Top 3 assassins. Ezio, Edward, Cassandra. Yep. That's it. That's the list. Everyone else sucks. I'll tell you, sucks.
It wasn't bad. It was just a slow...
He couldn't swim.
He could not. He couldn't swim. But it was also a slow game.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was.
But it was supposed to be slow.
Yes.
And then they kind of fixed all of that with Ezio, and you were just like, oh, fuck yeah, this game can be brilliant.
It can.
And then they made Connor, and everyone's like, oh, he sucks.
Unfair. It still wasn't a bad game.
Unfair, because he did suck, but he wasn't as bad as everyone thought.
No.
Kenway was just cooler.
Yeah.
Hate them, Kenway.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But no, definitely.
Edward
Kenway, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, pirating. Yes, great game.
I didn't hate 3.
Yeah.
I still didn't enjoy it as much. But
4 is great. 4 is a great game. If you want to play a game where you are a pirate 90% of the time and a Canadian office worker the other 10% of the time, play Assassin's Creed 4. Yeah, I know. That's a really specific thing that you want to be.
Yeah, it's very specific. But
Assassin's Creed 4. That is the game for you. No, as I said, I never really got into Origins.
I've almost played.
But here is the crazy thing for me about Origins, right?
Yeah.
Origins takes place before Odyssey.
Yes.
Which would therefore mean that Odyssey is Origins. The origins of Origins come from Odyssey.
Yeah.
And that's actually in Odyssey. Because if you've played Odyssey, then you know that Bayek's wife is a descendant of Cassandra or Alexio.
Yes.
And therefore
But
that...
do they have a hidden blade, though?
No, but the assassins in Odyssey have a hidden blade.
Oh, god damn it.
They're not called assassins, they're called hidden
Whereas
ones.
the whole thing about Origins was like, the first hidden blade was used by Bayek.
Well,
Which is weird.
technically, I think it's a different hidden blade, but yeah, no.
Oh, it is,
The
yeah.
assassins, or the hidden ones...
No, but the thing about it is that he ended up accidentally cutting that finger off because he used the hidden blade.
Yeah, but doesn't he get that off his wife? So technically, isn't she?
Oh
the
yeah,
first
she is
hidden
100% the first
blade
assassin.
user?
Yes.
But yeah, she is a descendant of Cassandra or Alexio from Odyssey, and you see that in a very on-the-nose film clip, game clip,
Yes.
part of the game where it explains the story going forwards, and
Yes.
you see like Cassandra's kid. Well, I played Cassandra, so you see Cassandra's kid and its grandfather go to Egypt, and then literally they're like, and then it's like shows you Bayek's wife.
Yes.
So, as I said, Origins has its origins in Odyssey, which means that Origins is a lie. But I just never got into it. I could probably go back and play it and be like, oh, this is great. But I absolutely kind of think Valhalla's just super boring.
Yeah, I haven't played Valhalla yet, but
So I am actually kind of, I think it could be fun to go back to an older style Assassin's
I think
Creed.
it would be good. I would enjoy it, 100%.
Could be good. Could be good. And I actually really do love the setting. I think, like, India at that time frame that they're setting it could be bringing back those old AC1 kind of feels.
Yep.
You
Be
know,
good. Would be good. Hopefully he can swim. Or she. Whichever one they decide.
at the moment it is a man, but I don't know if it's a choice.
Yeah,
shown
because they
a lot
have
of the
started
stuff.
doing that a bit more.
They have shown him off. At least if there is a choice, they've shown off the male character. But again, I don't care if it's a choice, because what they really fucked up in Valhalla was letting you choose as you played. That's a bit of a cop out. That was a very large cop out.
I didn't mind what they
Choose a
did
player,
in Syndicate.
follow the story. Syndicate was good,
Syndicate was good.
but that was you played as two people.
yes.
They didn't just be like, your one person can change gender between. That was bullshit.
No, that's...
Make them
ridiculous.
pick. And Syndicate did it well, because it was like, no, these are Evie stories, these are Jacob stories, they're actually two different people. They play differently.
Oh, yeah.
Odyssey did it great. You choose a character, the story plays out for that character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing I was going to say about that is that, I love Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revelation. I love those games.
Oh, yes. So did I.
I love Black Flag. I tolerate Assassin's Creed, but
Yes.
I think that Brotherhood 2 and Revelation less so, but Brotherhood and 2 definitely have a samey feel to the environment.
Yeah.
Whereas Assassin's Creed 1, going to the different places and having the different kind of architecture really was something that I appreciated.
Yeah.
And I think that Mirage could have some of the nicest urban sprawl environments in an Assassin's Creed game. Because I'm thinking Indian style, so you've got like the massive palaces and it's India, so you've got all these environments you can choose from, massive like ornate palaces. I think it just could look brilliant, especially in modern graphics. Like it would.
100%.
Could you imagine going back to like Jerusalem, Acre, and and Damascus in AC1 with modern graphics? I think that would look beautiful.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. And
So-
hopefully speeding up the time in between the places.
Just
Please.
take away the stuff in between.
Please.
But yeah, no, I think
Oh,
I think
God,
that Mirage could be a really brilliant game. Kris, I know this is one you've been waiting for a very long time. We didn't talk about it over Summer Games Fest. I'm sorry, but Madden 24.
God damn it.
I'm going to buy it.
I know you will. I won't.
And speaking of Madden 24, NBA 2K24. Kris, I'm bringing this game up because you know I'm going to buy it.
I'm well aware of it.
Now, the reason I'm bringing it up, though, is because... Ready for this?
Yep.
$239.95
What the fuck?
for a digital copy.
What?
This copy doesn't even give you a basketball. They don't even send you a basketball and be like, here's a basketball.
What? That would be preferable.
What it has in it is Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S.
Yes, which is what they're doing most at the moment.
You have to buy... No, they're changing it, so you have to buy special ones that contain both copies now.
Oh, okay.
Because the copies are changed enough that's not just optimized for the new series. It's it's a new game.
Yeah.
Bunch of virtual currency, a bunch of cards, virtual cards. It's all virtual. It's virtual.
Well, yes.
But they are asking for almost $250. Almost a quarter of $1,000 for that.
Why?
But wait, here's the kicker, and probably the one that I will end up buying. $159.95. You know what that one has in it?
Just the Xbox One?
Xbox One and the Xbox Series S and X.
Oh,
so that's the two games.
Yep.
That's the price of two games, pretty much.
okay. Yep.
The same game, but two copies of it.
Yes.
So that means that in their minds, virtual currency and virtual team members for your My Team that I don't even play is worth almost $100, and they want you to buy that. Oh, also the edition, this 159 edition is the Kobe Bryant edition, and as he is my favorite basketball player of all time, you know I'm going to buy it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's my boy.
Yeah, I don't agree with the extra $100.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
Like, I would agree with it if they were selling your basketball.
I saw that and I was like, oh, this must have some pretty good stuff in it. Because, like, you know, the pictures, like, the fucking ring, and it's like, I'm like, if you went into a store, that would have, like, a replica fucking ring. No, this is just a fully digital edition. There's nothing else to it, and it is almost $250. $250. Do you know the last game I can think of that had a $250 edition that came with the game?
No.
Halo Reach. You're looking at it. I'm behind me. It came with a fucking giant statue, all this extra shit. I got a giant statue and all this extra shit, and the game, $250.
That makes sense.
$220. It wasn't that expensive. It was expensive, but it actually came with shit. It wasn't just, hey, digital.
No.
No, yeah, that's crazy. I saw that and went, you are actually having a laugh now, aren't you?
I fucking hope
2K, what the hell are you thinking?
Christ.
$239
It's ridiculous.
for a completely digital edition. There's nothing there. Like,
The problem is,
if you're going to send me a picture of Kobe Bryant, fuck, I'd even accept that. If you were going to give me a little fucking, like one of my little Ezios up there, of Kobe Bryant, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's definitely worth it for $230. You know, yeah. If you want that cool statue of Kobe Bryant, get it. But no, this is completely digital. This is just all on the digital store.
See, and again, I would accept the basketball side of things because the basketball is at least about $60.
Sure.
That is the average price.
You get like, have you ever seen the basketball that's like just has Shaq's handprint on it?
No, I haven't.
Dude, my friends had those years ago back when he was actually still playing. The basketball is an average size basketball, but the hand pretty much wraps halfway around it.
Oh, he's got massive hands.
He's a big man.
Oh, he is. Holy
He's
shit.
a big man.
Have you seen Shaq throwing Kevin Hart on the front of his car?
Yes, I have.
That was funny.
So, other games, obviously Starfield, we are both very excited about that. It looks fantastic. We are loving it.
Yes.
Remnant 2, Kris, you played a bit of Remnant 1. I didn't.
I'm not sure. Remnant was very much everywhere you went, it was practically the same but minor differences.
You don't want that in your video games?
Not really.
You don't want it to feel repetitive and the same?
Oh yeah, no. Yes, I do actually, all the time.
Because I
Every time.
feel you're asking too much of developers.
Yeah.
Engaging game mods, Kris. Engaging game mods. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
You uppity bitch. You take your vitamins today?
Huh. I
In
didn't.
case you're wondering, vitamins are Chris's bitch vitamins.
No, as I said, it was just very much
I
like,
fully agree with you.
it's like they had tiles.
Yeah.
And all they did is just place tiles together. It's like, but it looks exactly the same. So you'll go into a completely different section and walk into the exact same building you walked into 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and I find not only is that really annoying gameplay wise because you just feel it does feel copy and paste and you hate it, but also it makes gameplay boring. It makes looking for things hard and dull because you're like, wait, have I already looked here? This looks incredibly familiar.
It's like, oh, I know where I'm going. I've been in this building, and you forget that was at the edge of the tile, so it's something completely different on the other side. And you're like, oh god, no.
Yes, I've had my vitamins too.
Yes.
So I think the last game, Kris, that I've got written down here that I'm like, hey, is Kris excited for? Does Kris even know about The Witcher 4?
I'd heard about it. I haven't actually seen much on it.
Here's what I can tell you.
Yes.
Links. Not like the... Not,
Well,
not
yes.
deodorant.
I'm aware you're not talking about the deodorant.
No. The Witcher 4. Geralt of Rivia just coat himself in Link's body spray.
Yeah. That's the gameplay. You just walk around spraying yourself.
It's going to be a fucking high school off. I'm a 14-year-old at high school. Yeah, I just bought my first bottle of deodorant. Yes, I overused it. How do I smell? Terrible.
Yes.
Why have you made the class stink?
There you get it.
Dude, that was like the funniest thing though, because you'd always, not like year 12, you'd always go into a class after fucking a bunch of like year 8s and you'd be like, the boys just discovered deodorant. How can you tell? It stinks.
It does.
They were all just in there being like, oh yeah, deodorant. Oh yeah, that makes me smell like good.
No.
Just a little bit. Just don't stink. You don't want to smell like sweat, but you don't have to smell like you've just walked through the fucking aisle where they squirt you with all the smelly shit.
Yeah.
No, Witcher 4.
Yes.
Only thing I know about it is that the medallion that they show is not a cat, it is the School of the Lynx.
Okay.
What does this mean for the story? Don't know. Will Big G be there? Fucked if I know. Hopefully. I don't really want to see him completely written out.
Yeah.
Will he be the main playable character? Probably not.
Yeah, no.
Will we find out the definitive ending of 3?
I don't know.
I feel we'll have to.
Well,
I feel they have to choose one of the endings as canon.
Yeah, no, you would actually, yeah.
Because otherwise, that would just be weird. Yeah. Unless, and here is a kick in the teeth that I don't think many people are talking about because... So what we know from The Witcher 3 is that a lot of the schools are fucking gone.
Yes.
Like, that's mentioned. Cat School, practically gone.
Yeah.
Viper School, out of here.
Yep.
Griffin School, no. Bear School, please. There's really like 4 members of the Wolf School left.
Yes.
So they can fuck right off as well.
Yep.
So, I don't know if many people are talking about this, but could we be looking at prequel territory here?
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good point. You could do.
That would save a lot of issues of doing things like having to choose a definitive ending, which, you know, whether or not you choose an ending that this is the ending, fully canon, some people are going to be annoyed.
Because it's not their favourite ending.
It's not their favourite ending, it's not the ending that they got, it's too happy, it's too depressing, it's too whatever.
Yeah.
An ending was chosen.
Yes.
Whereas if they go prequel, they can have more witches. They don't have to have Geralt in it. You know, if it's
That's true.
If it's a sequel after Witcher 3, people are going to be upset if there's no mention of Geralt.
You could even do a thing where it's Geralt shows up towards the end.
You could
as a child.
A prequel.
Yes.
You said sequel.
Fuck, my bad. Prequel.
Yeah, but if it is a prequel, you know, you could have more schools. You could have you know, you could see things like more schools being made.
Yeah.
You could even introduce young Geralt. You could introduce young Vesemir. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Like, you know, he's a character we didn't get to see a lot of, and he's pretty cool.
True.
But I feel maybe that's a path they'll might look down, because I think that gives them a bit of freedom that a lot of people wouldn't expect. So it puts them in a direction where you wouldn't expect it. It can give them a lot of freedom with the world. Yep. You know, they can kind of go back before the events of Witcher 3, which is kind of like, let's not sugarcoat it. Witcher 3 is kind of a shit show. You've got the full-on Nilfgaardian invasion. Yes. You've got all the crap happening. Shit's pretty bad. You've got the witch hunters and all of this kind of stuff. So taking it back before all of that, we could see more witches. We could see more wizards and like sorcerers. We could, you know, there could be more monsters and like more ancient monsters, because you know part of the whole of the Witcher 3 is that there's not really that many witches left because.
Well, they've died off.
They've died off, but the monsters are also sort of dying off as well. Everything, that whole kind of mystic magic side is starting to kind of die off.
Yeah, true.
Obviously, if you've watched the start of The Witcher 3, you know about the conversions of the spheres. So we could see a point closer to that convergence, if you catch my drift. So, you know, if that was a prequel, and it would explain why in the Witcher games, the first 3, we don't hear much about the School of the Lynx, because they could have been one of the Witcher schools that was completely wiped out by that time.
Could have. Yes.
Because like the whole thing is that at the end of the Witcher 3, Geralt, Vesemir's dead. Spoiler. But like, there's no one to continue the witching legacy.
No.
Really, they're not making any more witches.
Yeah.
The Trials of the Grasses is over. So, a prequel could be really cool. What I don't want to, CD Projekt Red have, say what you will about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But they have proven they can make Witcher games.
Oh, yeah.
I think we give them the benefit of the doubt there. So I don't want to say, I want to see this, I want to see that. But I think some ideas that could be cool is, make it a prequel.
Yeah.
Set it before The Witcher 1, 2, and 3. That way we can forget about Ciri. We don't have to see Geralt. No one's going to be expecting to see him if he's not born yet.
True.
We can have more monsters, ancienter monsters.
Yes.
More witches, more magic, all the cool stuff, all the fantasy stuff. We can get connected to a new Witcher. We can see him becoming a Witcher.
Yep.
I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be.
And yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I think it would be very hard to beat if you were to kind of come in after Witcher 3 and be like, hey, here's a new Witcher, and it's not the White Wolf, because Geralt is fucking sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
He's got that white hair. They call him the White Wolf.
They do.
He's really snarky to like everyone.
Oh yeah.
So, I think you would have a hard time matching his coolness, and if he's in the game,
he gets the brunt of it.
He deserves it.
He does.
But like, Geralt is so cool, and he's such a quintessential part of The Witcher. Being in a world where you don't get to play him and he is like an NPC, you're just always going to feel like, oh man, he's so much cooler than me. So taking us back before he's born just alleviates all that pressure, because like, he's going to be cooler than you, but right now I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
Other things that I think could be cool, I don't really know if we'll see, but maybe could be cool idea to add. Maybe might be shit. Sometimes might be good, sometimes might be shit. It's like actually letting you choose, like do some character creation stuff.
Yeah.
So like,
nice.
Like as I said, you just kind of start off as a young Witcher, just finish the Trials of the Grasses or whatever.
And literally, that's your training.
And it's like, yep. So then you go in and you like do training, and you kind of the whole leveling system is about, in The Witcher 3, the leveling system is like, yeah, you get stronger. But the truth is, at this point, I always had an issue with the leveling system because it's like, in terms of Geralt's growth from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, it's like, if you actually follow the story, there is none.
No,
he's as good at the end of the game as he is at the start of the game. He's just the boss.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to kind of character create a new Witcher in the School of the Lynx just after his Trial of the Grasses, or just be put in that position as a new Witcher, then the leveling system's going to make a little bit more sense, because it's like
a lot more sense.
You get better with experience, and like the start, you can't deal with the heavier monsters and stuff because you literally have no experience.
Yes.
You're a recruit. You're a rookie. You're a little baby.
Yep.
So, I know. I just, I was looking at it. I was thinking about it. I was listening to what people were saying, being like, we don't want to play as Geralt. They pretty much said, no more Geralt. His story's done.
Yeah.
But we want to see him, and I was like, I don't really.
We
just
don't
on the fact that I'm always just like, it's kind of like when you're playing Halo 5, right?
Yeah.
You haven't played it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Whenever you're playing as Locke, you're like, yeah, but I could be the Master Chief. He's way cooler.
True. Yes.
I know what that power was. Now I'm stupid Locke. And like, Locke isn't a bad character. It's just when you compare him to the Master Chief, you'd rather be that guy.
True.
And I feel the same would be if you played The Witcher 4 and it's set after The Witcher 3. You're going to be like, oh, I'm this new Witcher. I'm so cool. Yeah. Oh, there's Geralt. Yeah, he's better than me. I just give him all my stuff. You can have it. I don't deserve this. You're way cooler.
Yeah.
So, I think a prequel is a safer way to go with that.
Would be.
It gives you a more interesting world, I think.
Yes.
Really, just I think it gives you a lot more freedom.
Yeah.
And I
would
think it gives you the ability to tell a story that is different enough and doesn't have to follow on the beats that we've literally left The Witcher 3 with, where it's like, oh yeah, everything's kind of the suckiest. Yeah, this place invaded, that place invaded, that guy, oh yeah, he just owns everything.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's much you can do after that, really.
There is some,
There'd be a
but
bit, but it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be like compared to The Witcher 3, there wouldn't be much.
No, I feel that you'd be kind of the world itself with the way The Witcher 3 ends things off is kind of like it's like everything's happened.
Oh yeah.
The important stuff is happening, and the world is just kind of going through the motions. The world will still continue to go on.
Yeah.
But as far as we're concerned, the cool parts are done.
Yeah.
The Nilfgaardians are still going to invade. They're going to do stuff. They're going to build up a giant fleet to attack the islands. All this stuff we know.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do because they want to own the world.
Yes.
But I don't think that there's a story there to be told, at least from a witch's perspective.
No.
Whereas I think in the past, when Nilfgaard's smaller, you've still got all the kingdoms.
Yeah.
I think that could be a lot more interesting. As I said, more witches around, so you could actually have stuff where you're competing against other witches and stuff like that. You could.
So yeah, because that would be a thing.
Yeah, because
when it's early on, you've as much as there'd be a lot of jobs, would be many witches going for the same job.
Mm-hmm. You've got you can kind of have like what they did in The Witcher 3, where it's like you have region renown.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like, you can get better quests the higher rated you are in this person's town, or this person's town, or this person. Like in the kingdoms, it's like, you're really well known in this kingdom, so they'll offer you better bounties and stuff, and you get treated better, and there's all this and all that, but over here you're not as well known, so you've got to do the missions and stuff to build up your renown to do the story. I don't know. There's a lot of options you could do, I feel, if you took it as a prequel that just aren't available as a sequel, as a direct sequel, at least. And as I said, for me personally, it just fixes the biggest issue of being like, Geralt of Rivia's out there, and he's probably cooler than me. I bet you he's doing something way cooler than me. I'm just sitting in the mud at the moment.
Getting knocked on your ass.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
As I said, I just, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, why not? Why not see this world earlier? It's an incredible world to be in. We want to see it. Everyone loved the world of The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
So why not just show us something earlier? Show us the golden age of witchery.
That'd be good.
When everyone was still just around,
And it doesn't matter if you haven't actually played any of the other ones.
Yeah.
Because it's a completely new story.
Yeah, and let's be fair, let's be blunt, let's be true. No one should really ever go back and play The Witcher 1 or 2. Go back and play The Witcher 3. Play it all day.
Oh, yeah.
But The Witcher 1 and 2 are not like The Witcher 3. They're very different games, and they're not haven't aged well.
No.
Especially The Witcher 1.
Yeah, I imagine that wouldn't have aged well.
But great games, but as I said, it's one of those things, where they say like, oh, if you make a prequel, people will go back and play the others because they can. You've given them a prequel, so the story isn't ruined. They haven't learnt the story. Well, if that were to happen with this, and they do make a prequel, and people go like, I want to go back and play The Witcher, just go play The Witcher 3, ruin the story of The Witcher 1 and 2. They talk about stuff that happened in there. It's fine. Maybe play The Witcher 2. I've played it. It's not great, as I said, but there is a pretty cool golden dragon reference in it.
Yes.
Well, not a reference. There is actually a golden dragon in it, but it's not the golden dragon from the TV shows or the books.
Yes.
I believe it's his daughter.
Huh.
I could be wrong.
Could
Also,
be.
everyone tells you that you're not supposed to hunt dragons. It's not a witch's job.
That is, yes. I believe that was stated in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of says it all the time.
Yeah.
But as I said, a prequel would make people want to go back and play at least the third Witcher.
Yeah.
And I just think I'm a giant proponent of that game, and I think everyone should play it.
Oh yeah.
It's
a great game.
It can be long, but
It can be long,
it's worth
and
it.
don't screw yourself over.
No, do screw yourself over.
Unlike I did.
What did you do?
Oh, I advanced the story way too quickly.
Oh.
So all of a sudden I was like 20 levels behind where I was supposed to be, and I'm like, oh, recommended level 40. I'm 20. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah, you suck.
It was not great.
You suck.
Because I got to a point where I had to fight the wild hunt. I'm like, yeah, I got this. Whatever I did just before is easy, and then I jumped 20 levels. I'm like,
To be fair, the first time, if you're talking about the first time you fought the wild hunt, that's actually a tough battle.
Yeah, you're in a room where
You're
there's
in
like
a cave, and you got to fight between like shield points.
Yep.
Because the icy winds just fucking wreck you.
That's the
and then
one.
they've got like the little doggy thing, so you've got to protect the person who's making the shields, kill the doggy things, not leave the shields, otherwise you freeze to death.
Yeah.
That is an actual massive difficulty spike. You fight all these monsters that are super tough, and you're like, but you'll work it out. But then all of a sudden, that just comes in. And it's
Like
just
I was super under.
Oh, are you
before, and
enjoying
it was ridiculous?
Are you enjoying your video game? Bam! Not anymore. Fuck you. Give me your money, please. I gotta catch a bus.
I've got to start the game again though, because I don't remember how to play it. It's that thing we were talking about last week.
Yeah, man, it's a big game. It's a big game, but it is absolutely worth it.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you've got the DLCs, which were very, very reasonably priced. You get a lot of game for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of all my points, man. That's everything. But I was just like, yeah, the Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is definitely the one I want to see more about. We probably won't see anything for years.
Probably not. No.
It could be like a good 6 or 7 years before this game is ready to come out.
Quite probably.
CD Projekt Red. But
So we're probably going to hear about it in a few years and just be like, hey, this looks good. Completely forgetting about the conversation we just had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm keen for it. I knew it was coming out.
Yeah.
I forget about it because we've literally heard nothing.
Yeah.
It's one of those funny ones where it's like we had a whole summer game fest and no one even breathed about The Witcher 4. So
Which just tells it we're still years off of it.
Yeah,
If no one said a single thing other than the fact that we know it's coming out.
Yeah, man. Wait, is it coming out? Okay.
Oh.
CD Projekt Red have weighed in. Is The Witcher 4 coming out? Yes.
Okay. Yes.
But they have essentially, this is what this person's written, essentially confirmed we shouldn't expect The Witcher 4 before 2025. Almost at 2055. Don't expect that until 2055. No, 2025. So about 2 years.
Yeah. At least.
At the minimum.
So, and look, to be honest,
I'm good with the wait.
I'm good. Yeah, that's fine.
By that point,
as the
they'll be, that we've known it's coming for a while now. It's practically on the doorstep. You need the new systems. You need the next gen.
But what I'm glad about them saying in that is that it's the earliest of 2025. So they're not going down the track of like, it'll be 2025 and then push it back. And then
they might. It's, it could happen.
Well, it'll get pushed back 100%. I reckon it will. Because they're not small games.
No.
They're massive games.
But the truth is this, right? And, we say this all the time. I would much rather them delay a game and give us a good game than give us the game on day of release and have an unplayable mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, 2025, that's a good thing. That means that it'll be fully and only developed for the new generation of consoles.
Yes.
So we won't have to worry about them being like, can it run on the old ones?
No.
Fuck it.
Nope. Just straight up say no.
So,
The only thing you should worry about is whether your PC can handle it. That's it.
Don't let Kris near your PC. He'll lick it and then I won't be able to handle it.
I'll do it.
Smoke face bitch.
We'll fucking do it.
No, I think that... I think that it could be a very interesting game. But, who knows? I don't. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that, hey, not till 2025.
We have to wait 2 years to know.
No, even know.
Well,
to even know. They might be sitting there and be like, and then 2025 comes out and they're like, you remember The Witcher 4? It's almost ready to be shown. You might get to see a video by 2026 and we'll be like, oh yeah, well, we'll forget about it. Again. And then we will forget about it. And then they'll be like, Witcher 4 trailer, and we'll be like, what?
Holy shit.
That came out of nowhere. Yet here we are in the Lord's year 2023 talking about it. And I'm fairly sure I heard about it a little while ago. So
probably.
But in 2026, when they drop that first trailer and they're like, oh, Witcher 4, didn't see that coming, I'll be like, no, I didn't.
It'd be funny if they do a thing like they do with Biomutant. Announce it like 4 years beforehand.
And then it's just released.
And then it's just like you walk in the store. Because I legitimately a week beforehand had talked to Nick about it. I'm like, have you heard anything? Whatever happened to Biomutant? He's like, I have no idea. Walked into EB Games like 3 days later. I'm like, it's coming out in like a month? What is this? When was this announced?
So it's not even that though. It'll be worse. It'll just be like Witcher 4 and like all the games and will be like, we're finally seeing some, and like everyone else will be like, holy shit, that came out of nowhere. But again, we already sort of knew about it.
Yeah, we did.
We're just forgetful.
Very.
CD Projekt Red just got their lips shut.
Oh,
I remember that game we made, The Witcher 3, yeah. That was a good game. And you'll be like, yeah, it was. You gonna do a sequel? Nah. Okay. Hey, here's a trailer for the sequel. What the? Blowing my mind.
Holy shit.
No, that'll be good.
That would be, yeah.
No. But, it is what it is. We'll find out more about it when we find out more about it. But, hey, it's probably going to be great.
Hope so.
If there's one thing they know how to do, it's make a Witcher game. They do. In fact, some might even say they're the only ones who do.
Sure, yeah.
No, but that's... I think that just about covers us for today, guys. It's been a while. It's been a thing.
It is.
We've been gone for a bit.
We have.
I'm out of beverage. My whole cup, empty. Oh, wait. Empty. Kris has said some stuff. Probably pointless. I've said a lot of things. Great advice. You should always listen to me. Don't let Kris shave you. Don't shave cats. That's the takeaways. Don't shave cats.
Unless you're going to make a cut.
It's a weird thing to do.
I'm aware that it's weird.
But as always, guys, if you have liked the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. That is sharing.
It is.
But, tell them and be like, hey, have you seen this guy? There's this really cool blonde guy and a guy with a really smug face.
Yep.
They're okay. But, until next time, I've been Darcy, he's been Kris.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Check out the Patreon soon-ish. There will be an update on it next podcast.
And then the one after.
Look, okay, there might not be anything next podcast, but there will be an update. That's a promise. And we will catch you next time.
So.
See you later, guys.